Okay, so I originally planned to dive straight into combat with this series, but as it turns out, there's another topic that I forgot that needs to be discussed first. That's a topic that trips up a lot of players, and understandably so, and that's the topic of insight. So, a little bit of a spoiler warning for this video. I'll be following one insight mission to demonstrate how they work. This will be one of the first missions in the Long Hunt campaign. If you are super sensitive, I'm going to explain insight using the cards, but I will cover up the text first. But you will be able to see the title of the card and as well as the rewards you will gain from that card. However, after that explanation, I will go through an actual mission, so that will be your chance to duck out if you are really sensitive for spoilers. Okay, so here we have two items. One's a little hard to see. A card and a token. Now, Bloodborne veterans may say they know exactly what insight is, and you're probably wrong. When this game tells you to gather insight, they're asking you to gather these cards, not these tokens. Anytime you complete a mission, you'll gain one of these cards with a title, some rewards, and some story text that I've covered up here. These tokens are just tokens. They are called insight tokens, which makes this especially confusing, but they are just tokens. The game will often ask you to place insight tokens on a card or on a space to represent something happening. When you remove these tokens, you are not gaining insight. You are simply undoing whatever that token represents. Okay, so it's kind of confusing, so this is your last chance to avoid spoilers. If you're going to go, just remember when you need to gather insight, you need to get these cards, not tokens. Okay, now that we're in spoiler territory, let's do a quick example of gaining one insight. I'm going to skip all combat just because it's not really important right now. I'm just going to go through the steps of how the quest or how this mission would work. So we're going to start the game on the central lamp. First, let's look at our mission card here. There we go. There we go. At the start of the hunt, reveal card 1. So we're going to reveal this card here. This is card number 1. And ignoring all this text, the basic goal says we need to end a move on the central lamp tile after we've collected at least 2 insight. Then we can reveal card 2 and continue. So notice this card is called a hunt mission. At the top there it says hunt mission. This is your main mission for the chapter. Completing the hunt mission means that you've completed the chapter and won the game. And then you can proceed on to the next chapter. So we're going to put that one there. Now, how do we gain those insights? Well, if we look at this card, we'll see that there are other missions on this card. If we end on the courtyard lamp, the occupied house, or the ransacked house tiles, we'll reveal different cards. Those will start insight missions, which will allow us to gain insight. So I'm going to put that there. Okay, let's move. I'm going to use my card, discard 1, and move 2 spaces over to here. And lucky me, I found the courtyard lamp. Now we're going to reveal card 5 as stated on this mission card here. Let's look at card 5. It says, there's some story text there I'll kind of cover. To reveal card 6, surround the courtyard lamp with fog gates, spawn 1 hunter mob on this space, and it respawns on a blood moon. Complete this hunt by slaying the hunter mob, reveal card 7. Okay, let's do that first. spawn a hunter mob on this space, put some thaw gates around there. Now to complete the mission, I need to slay this mob. Let's look at card 6. It also said to reveal card 6. This card says to place 1 insight token on this card. If 3 or more hunters, place 1 additional token. When the hunter mob would be slain, instead remove 1 token and heal all damage from it. All tokens are returned on a blood moon. So there's only 1 hunter, so I'm going to put 1 insight token here. This basically works like a second health bar. Whenever I deal enough damage to kill the mob, I don't actually kill it, I remove a token. I can do this again and repeat until no tokens are here. Once I kill it with no tokens, then the mob is dead and I can proceed to the next step of the mission. So this is where you might run into a problem if you don't realize the difference between insight tokens and insight cards. If you think these tokens are insight, then a group of 3 would just kill the mob 2 times, take these 2 insight tokens, and think they're done. But that's not the case. Let's pretend we fight the mob and deal 4 damage. So I deal 4 damage, this token is removed, the mob heals its health. Again, we do not gain this insight. This is discarded, is worthless to us. Throw it away, or put it in your box, don't throw it away. The mob is now at full health again. We attack some more, reduce them to 0 health, and they are slain. Huzzah. Okay, we gain our blood echo, do all our normal combat stuff, but now we can look at what is going to happen next in this mission. It said, complete this mission by slaying this hunter mob. Reveal card 7. We're going to reveal card 7, and look, it's one of those insight cards. We'll get some rewards, here's some story text, and that's how we gain 1 insight. Okay, so just as a refresher, this card will tell you what missions you have to complete during your hunt. The first one is generally your hunt mission. Hunt missions look like this. They say hunt mission at the top. That is your main mission, the thing you need to do to beat the game, to beat this chapter. The other ones on this card will tell you your insight missions. Those will look like this. They will say insight mission at the top. They will tell you how to gain insight. 2 key phrases to look out for are complete this mission and complete the hunt. If an insight mission says complete this mission, the next card will be one of these insight cards. You'll notice the insight cards look distinctly different from regular mission cards. Once you realize this, they're pretty easy to tell apart. The other expression you're going to want to look out for is complete the hunt. This will show up on your hunt cards. Here it just says end a move and then you can reveal the next card. If it says complete this hunt by doing something, that means this is the final step of the chapter and you will beat the game or beat this chapter by doing that. Okay, so a few things I forgot to cover about insight. First, insight is shared for all hunters, which means if you complete 1 insight mission, that insight counts for everybody. So if your hunt mission says gather 2 insight this chapter, that means you have to complete 2 insight missions. It does not mean each hunter needs to gather 2 insight. That's impossible. 1 insight card counts for everybody. Also, most of the time, those rewards on the card will be distributed between the hunters. You can choose who gets what. But you will sometimes see a reward card that says the hunter that completes this quest or the hunter that completes this mission gets the rewards. That's pretty rare though. The other thing is that you should keep your insight cards for future chapters, because in those chapters there will be choices based on what you did previously. So you might come across a card that says, if you have this insight card, do this next. So keep those cards. However, if you need to gain insight in a future chapter, previous chapters do not count. Which means in chapter 2, when it says to gain 2 insight, you must complete 2 more insight missions in chapter 2. The 2 you got from chapter 1 do not count. Just be sure to keep those cards so that when those choose your own adventures style splits happen in the quest, you know which way to go. Anyway, now that we've been granted eyes and we understand insight, let's move on to the next part of the tutorial and learn about combat. Thanks, and see you soon.